Okay, so let's talk Canva code. You've probably seen the hype, tons of creators praising this new feature in glowing videos. Even I made one myself. But what most of them aren't telling you is that Canva code comes with a pretty frustrating limitation. Now listen, I'm a big Canva fan. Some of my most viewed videos are all about Canva. I pay for a pro subscription, I use it daily, and I recommend it all the time. But just like the rest of us, Canva isn't perfect, and every now and then, they roll out a feature that totally misses the mark. And when that happens, like with these multiple choice questions that you can't share live, I'm gonna call it out, not to bash them, but in the hope that maybe, just maybe, they'll fix it. So today I want to talk to you about why Canva Code, the feature that supposedly lets you build websites with a simple prompt, is a total flop. Let's dig in. So it starts about a month ago at Canva Create. They announced a bunch of updates, one of which was Canva AI. It's a cool idea. Type in a prompt and Canva will generate a design for you. So let's take a look at this. I asked it to create me a presentation for me as an educational consultant. In just a few seconds, it whipped up a pretty solid draft. Now from here, I can drop this into design and tweak it as needed. Great stuff, right? But then there's Canva Code, or Code with Me, that you see on your screen right here. Now this is the feature that's supposed to let you build websites or apps with just a few words. That prompt sounds amazing, right? So in theory, I could ask Canva to create a website for my consulting business, complete with a bio, videos, and samples of my work. So I try it. I enter my prompt, Canva writes a few lines of code, for some time, like 5 minutes or so, and then boom, it generates a website. And I think, okay, cool, this is just like the presentation. Let me bring it into design so I can refine it. So I hit edit in design and, well, that's when everything kind of falls apart. This right here is the fatal flaw of Canva Code if you're trying to use it to create a website. As you can see right over here, the entire site is flattened into one single design. I can't edit the photos, I can't change the text, I can't even move things around. It's basically just a mock-up, frozen in time, a template that I can't touch. These placeholder photos, stuck. That generic bio, permanent. Canva Code doesn't build you a website, it builds you a locked-in preview of what your website could have been. Now you might be thinking, well, maybe you can go back into Canva Code and ask it follow-up prompts, but nope, that's not possible. So I went in and I recreated that design again to see if there was a way that I could maybe copy the code from this website. And that's where Canva just completely made stuff up. It said that there was a way that I could copy the HTML code. Well, as you see, it never generated any code. The only thing that it generated was this website. There's no way to access the code, but it insisted that it's possible. And it talks about finding the code block, clicking and dragging, and right click. All hallucinations. And then I went in and said, is there a way to edit this website? And it really says that there isn't. It says all you can do is maybe ask for changes, that sort of thing. And then it says edit the HTML code yourself, download the HTML file and upload it to a browser. That's not even possible here. But at least Canva did admit that it is kind of limited once you select that use in a design button. And this is why I'm truly baffled, because Canva is all about customization, creativity, and ease of use. Why would they roll out a feature this limiting, especially one aimed at users who are small business owners who would really benefit from using Canva to build a functional, editable website? This could have been a really helpful feature, but instead, it's nothing. Now, to be fair here, there are uses where you may want to use this Code with Me feature. I think the best one is creating a web app, maybe for a presentation that you might be giving. Kind of like the calculator that I demonstrated in my video. I think for that, it's fine, but I would not advertise that you can create a website with Canva Code. It just doesn't work. So yeah, I'll say it, at least in this context, if you're looking to use Canva Code to create a website, it's not gonna work. I can't figure out who could see value using Canva code in this scenario to create a website. But hey, that's just me. So let me know if you've tried it, and if your experience was any different. I'd love to be wrong here. So go ahead, leave a comment, and let me know your thoughts.